What up, fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another episode of Beyond Sports. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said around the league. Beyond Sports episode 11. Um, how y'all doing today, man? Hopefully everybody is doing good. If you guys are watching this live, welcome. If you guys are tuning in later, hopefully everybody's doing well today. Want to start with Into the Spider Verse, y'all. I took my family yesterday to see it. Great movie, man. Y'all definitely have to check it out if you got a family, or whether you have a family or not. I mean, definitely must see TV right there, man. Definitely gotta go see it in the theaters. I recommend IMAX because it's a visual pleasure. Just seeing all the colors jump off the screen, just seeing all the different just the storyline, the voice acting is phenomenal. I mean, that's this summer is just kicking off with bangers, and Spider Verse is no different. So, very excited for that movie and for everybody to see it, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome movie. Loved it. Probably my favorite Spider Man of all time. Not saying a lot because I love Spider Man. So, probably my favorite Spider Man of all time. I just like how the storylines click together and it's all connected with the other Spider Man. So, definitely check it out. Well worth the watch. I'll definitely give it a 10 out of 10. I don't see no flaws to this movie at all. No notification? Yeah, man. Unfortunately, sometimes YouTube does that. But remember, Beyond Sports will always come live to you guys at 11:30 a.m. If I am doing one that day, yesterday I didn't do one because I went early to the movies again. But I got you guys today. Like I said, that Spider Verse movie, gotta see it. My man said Transformers coming out. Yeah, look, I'm excited for that one as well. I can't wait to see that. Are you guys gonna watch the new Flash movie? What is it called again? I forgot about that one. There's a couple of them. All right. So I also want to talk about yesterday, man. Another thing we did, we want to go play ball after, after the movies. So we came back, ate a little bit, rested, went to go play ball. And I've been hooping with my left hand and it's getting better. So that's what's up. Also, shout out to my family, man. Uh, some people try to bully them yesterday at the park and they didn't let themselves. So I'm very, very proud of that, man. You never let nobody punk you, no matter what their weight size or whatever is, right? So shout out to them. Um, let's see. The Heat play the Chicken Nuggets today in Miami. Are y'all gonna watch that game? I'm definitely gonna watch this one. I've been watching the first couple games in glimpses. I didn't. I'll be honest. I haven't watched all of, like, the whole games, but I saw most of the last game, and I really can't wait to see if Miami, what they have in store for us today at home. Are they gonna play better? Are they gonna get this W, secure the dub? I mean, that'll be really exciting. Um, is your hand healing good? Yeah, look, my ligaments, my the pain on the right side of my hand still hurts a lot, man. Especially when I bend it, but I'm able to get more movement. So I definitely been, my girl's been putting stuff on it, just been resting and healing, man. It's a process. You gotta be very patient with these injuries, but it's getting better. And I've been hooping with my left hand, so ball is life. We ain't giving it up. Uh, Hey, congratulations, Darius Ford. Hey, man, my boy is graduating. That's what's up, man. Glad to hear it, bro. You guys are the future, man. You guys are tomorrow, so definitely proud of you guys, man. The class of 2023. He said Caleb and Lowry was a good pickup. Veterans are always a good investment because they've been there before. They've done that. So that Miami Heat series, man, I'm very excited to see if the underdogs can pull it off. These next two games at home for them is going to be crucial, right? But talk about completely different styles. Obviously the Nuggets are more finesse, a soft touch around the basket, moving the rock, and they play through Jokic, their leader, right, who's a very good ball player. And obviously, the Heat are more toughness, grit. They're the type of team that likes to bang down low. They're the type of team that likes crashing the glass. They like to hound you on the defensive end. I mean, very well coached team. You're talking about a head coach that maximizes the potential of everybody from A to Z, from role players to stars. Whew, my goodness, man. So this is a battle of styles, and we'll see what style wins when they clash in the court tonight. Now, if Miami can win tonight, if they pull it off, they can take a commanding 2-1 lead in the series, and then all the pressure now falls on Denver to try to win game 3. But they got to take it one game at a time. Be careful on the hand. Oh, I'm good, man. Trust me, man. I'm a hooper, bro. If I had to tie this hand behind my back not to hurt it and still play, I would do it. So they can't keep me off the court, man. The other day, me and my girl dribbled all the way over there. We walked 2 miles back and forth, and dribbled. She dribbled with her basketball, and I dribbled with mine all the way to the court, hooped a little bit, and then dribbled all the way back. So yeah, just trying to get that that conditioning back. I don't listen. I've been out of shape since COVID. I'll be honest. So I've been trying to get back in shape. You got to stay motivated. You got to train the mind because sometimes you want to, you want to quit. You want to just go back home into your comfort zone and chill, eat snacks, watch TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. But you got to remember, man, you got to kind of balance everything out and stay. You got to stay competitive. You got to stay. You got to continue. Even as you get older, you got to continue to strive for greatness, right? And messed up hand or not, we're gonna ball till we fall, man, till the casket drops. But again, back to the Miami Heat, man. Who do you guys have tonight? I'm curious. Uh, I got Miami winning slightly. I'd say probably like 103 to like 90. I believe 93. I'll say 103, 93. I believe Miami can hold the Denver Nuggets to under 100 points, and that's going to be key, or as close to under 100 points as possible, because we know Denver likes to get up and down. They don't have that mile high advantage anymore here on the road, so I think this is where Miami can take advantage. They'll be well rested. I think Miami's going to hound the Denver Nuggets. I think they're going to hound them, and that's their weakness. When you put pressure on Miami, they turn the ball over. You put pressure on them, they're going to force shots. You put pressure on them, they're going to struggle to get their bread and butter, which is, two-man game between Jokic and Murray. And when you double Jokic, he kicks it to the shooters. He kicks it to the slashers. Very heady player, very smart, right? But it should be fun. Should be a fun matchup today. Again, I see some Miami's. Those people starting to turn because I remember a couple of days ago I asked who you guys had. Everybody was saying the Nuggets. At least most people were. So that's what's up. I like to see how the opinions sway from game to game. Moving on to the next topic. Lionel Messi is going to the MLS to play for Inter Miami. All right. I'm not sure if this season or next season. I didn't really read the article, to be honest, but I saw the headline. Does this pique your guys' interest, or are you still not interested in American soccer? Personally, me, I'm not a Lionel Messi fan. I never have been. He's a very good player, but I never liked the Argentina national select team. They always beat my Mexico team. So yeah, they're like our rivals. I don't like them. And I'm more of a Cristiano Ronaldo guy. So are you guys gonna be watching? I am curious. It'll be interesting, man. I mean, a player of that magnitude. The last time a player like that came, there were a lot more eyeballs on the pitch, right? There was I think it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, if I'm not mistaken. That was the last big name that came to play in the United States for the MLS. So I wish the only thing that would get me more excited is if they got these superstar players at a younger age. I'm not sure if Messi's 35 or whatever. I know in soccer that's like basically at the end of their prime, but still, like, what I'm saying, he's a little over the hill as far as that goes. I would have liked to see him here play for the MLS at 30 at least, right? 32 even, but they're getting him at 35. So that's interesting. Lakers should not extend AD, please. No, stop it, Kane. You don't lose a player like that for nothing. No way. You extend him, and if it doesn't work out in the future, you trade him. Gideon said it is okay to make mistakes and fall, and it's okay to own up to those mistakes and be accountable. My guy Gideon is jumping the gun here, huh? Yeah, we're gonna get to that topic for sure. You guys read the title. We're gonna get to the whole Ja Morant situation and everything. Dave Lopez said, I'm a Real Madrid fan, but I think Messi coming to us is huge for the sport here. Yeah, I'm just not sure if just like Vela was the other player that came here and he put on, right? Won a championship last year. I still didn't watch a single MLS game last year, to be quite frank, man. To be honest, I haven't seen too many MLS games probably since they had Landon Donovan and Kobe Jones for the LA Galaxy. So I'm an LA guy all the way, man. I love my LA sports teams. LAFC was the later team that came here, but they did win, so I can't really compare them to the Clippers, and they do have Vela, so I appreciate them putting on for Mexico representing, getting these Mexican star players out here. But bottom line is this: it's gonna be interesting to see what Messi, what type of attention that draws, and if that's gonna entice other players to come play for the MLS. I doubt it, honestly, at 35, like I said, but you never know, right? Uh, the one true Sith said, "What's up, Dan? When are your next video game streams?" You know what, man? I've been up and down, but if I can't by Friday, maybe this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Did you guys like it? And if so, what would you guys like to see me continue to do? You want to see more retro gaming? Y'all want to see more modern day gaming? Let me know in the comments, man. I would love to know. Bro, you can't compare Vela to Messi. I'm not. But I'm saying Messi is 35, though. It's not like they're getting a prime Messi. Like if they was getting a younger version of him, even I'd be excited, even though I'm not a Messi fan, just to see him dominate the competition. And even though he might still dominate the competition because there's a big drop off between Major League Soccer and European leagues and all the English Premier and all that. I still don't see like what I'm saying. But no, I'm not comparing them. I never said, oh, Bella and Messi are similar. No, not at all. Roy, what's up, bro? Thank you, man. Good morning. LAFC is lit, Dan. I'm liking them. I'm liking them. They're definitely putting on. Like I said, I'm liking them, but I'm still LA. I'm still LA Galaxy guy. You know me, man. There's only enough room for one team in my heart per city, man. That's it. Per sport, per city. That's it. I'm not, an Angels / Dodger fan, nothing like that. It's all Dodgers. Laker fan, no Clippers. USC football, UCLA basketball, right? And as far as soccer, man, when I pick a team, I stick with it. Whether another team emerges and they're the new toy in town, I'm not gonna jump on that. Even though they did win the championship, so respect. I respect champions, but yeah, I'm not gonna. Dan, do you agree Darvingham needs to watch film on Eric Spoelstra? He can watch all the film he wants, but at the end of the day, I feel like uh, stubborn coaches will be stubborn coaches. He needs to learn based on let success be your guide, right? I think one of the biggest criticisms for Darvingham this season was that he didn't play the two big man lineup, right? We never got to see Thomas Bryant and AD. We never got to see AD and Mo Bamba or anything like that, right? Unless it was in small spurts. So one of those things, man. But we'll see. We'll see about Coach. I wish him the best. He's gonna be our coach for a while. So my man said Messi coming to the USA. That's dope AF. That is pretty dope. I'm not gonna sit here and hate, even though I don't like the player. He's very good. He's very good. He's a world champion for a reason. So clearly it's gonna draw. I might tune in and watch one game, maybe the debut one, and that's it, right? It's not gonna pique my interest to the point where I'll be watching all season long. And I'm definitely not an Inter Miami fan, so I don't really care about their squad. But it might be good for the sport, right? For the soccer sport here in America. As you know, it's not even a top 3 favorite sport of mine. And rightfully so. I mean, it's not that popular here. You really have to have the channels to watch overseas and all of that. I've seen some overseas games from Barcelona in the past, when I was younger, some Manchester United. Like, it's much better over there. So I understand why they're really head over heels fans of soccer overseas. But here, I prefer to watch football americano. I prefer to watch football, man. I prefer to watch, obviously the NBA or heck, even baseball in the playoffs. So, but that's just me, right? Now, as far as can they turn up, American soccer sports to another level? I mean, maybe this is the first domino to fall, and maybe they'll get other stars from overseas, and maybe they'll be younger, hopefully, right? But I don't know. I just can't put all my eggs in one basket. I'm not going to get too hyped about it. I'll wait and see. Wait and see approach. Kane Carter said, Dan, how's your Spanish speaking skills like? Yo hablo perfectamente bien español, carnal. I mean, my mom's from Guadalajara. Yeah, I'm very bilingual, man. I used to work for a store called La Curacao, and they used to use me to translate to English speaking customers and Spanish. Like I would go back and forth between both. So yeah, I'm pretty fluid in both, man. Both languages. Por seguro. My guy, the one sis said, same. I'm not a big follower of soccer, neither, but I'm gonna watch soccer. I watch European soccer. Facts. The only real time I watch soccer is when there's like a Copa America or El Mundial, something like that. Some major big event that has all the international stars, and of course my team Mexico playing. That's the times when I really watch soccer. Other than that, but this is the equivalent of like a basketball fan only watching basketball when Team USA plays or something like that. I'm a casual when it comes to soccer, right? But my family members, like I got cousins and uncles that are religiously into that stuff. They love Las Chivas, and they watch all the leagues. So yeah, I respect it, man. It's in our culture. Hispanos love soccer, so I respect it for sure. But it's one of those things, man. It's up for debate whether people are going to watch it a lot or not. All right, moving on to the next subject I want to talk about on Beyond Sports, man. All right, now obviously you guys see the title of this episode, right? Accountability. Let's talk about John Morant, right? There's a development over the weekend, right? That in John Morant's case, where his camp is coming out and they are stating that it was a toy gun, right? And we saw Shannon Sharp just dissect it, basically. If you haven't seen the video, I posted it up, right? But we seen Shannon Sharp basically say everything I was going to say this morning. And so I'm glad he beat me to it. But really, Joe, that's your excuse, is a toy gun? Like Shannon said, what kind of grown man plays with toy guns? I don't believe it one bit. Nobody should believe this. And the fact that it's just now coming up, it sounds like they concocted this lie to try to lower his punishment. Now, if I'm the commissioner, Adam Silver, I'm thinking this dude is not going to learn. What the hell? He's not even taking accountability. He's not taking responsibility for what he's done. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like, I'm not going to lower his suspension. If it was 42 games before, it's about to be 81 after you try to lie to me. Not only did you mess up once, you messed up twice, and you compound that by trying to lie to my face. Like, really? I don't know. I don't know if the commissioner is trying to, save some money from Memphis, is going to buy the bullshit, but I don't buy the baloney at all. What do you guys think of the John Morant situation? They're stating it was a toy gun. Toy gun my ass. Really? And then why did the camera go away when he pulled it out? Why did the camera go like this? Why did it take him this long, right, to say it was a toy gun? I just don't buy it one bit, man. Sounds like John Morant. Somebody mentioned it earlier too on the video. They said one of the problems with the youth, right, is that they don't like to take responsibility and accountability. It's always everybody else's fault but theirs. I agree, man, but it's on the parents, the modern day parents. They got to hold their children accountable and teach them that there's consequences to every action that we have in life. So it's not really on the children here, right? A lot of parents out here, man, and I see it firsthand. A lot of parents out here letting the tablets raise their children instead of spending that quality time teaching their kids lessons in life, valuable jewels that they need to be able to learn in life, right? They let in the tablets and the school systems raise their children, and that's why they're coming up short. So that's how I feel about that situation. What do you guys think of the whole Josh situation? I'm a little kind of over it already. I wanted to just already bring down the punishment so we can know and move on from the subject. He said, the guy is such a clown and a total joke at this point. It may sound harsh, but I hope he never comes back. Yeah, that is harsh for sure. The league would be better off without him. I don't know about that. Now, it would be a great story if he came back a humble person for a change. They stopped doing all these dances in Memphis and they just play ball, keep your head down like Derrick Rose was. He kept his head down, was humble as hell. Love players like that, right? Like Austin Reeves, guys like that. Instead, he wants to bring all the attention to himself, do all these weird dances and hand claps instead of focusing on what's important, winning. They're calling guys, legendary guys, old over there. That whole Memphis Grizzly culture, if I'm the front office, I might be looking to blow it up, right? And I'm not talking about John Morant. I'd still hold on to him because I feel like there's still hope there. I'm talking about everybody else is with the cocky bullshit. Bring some real veterans around him. Bring some real talented youngsters who are humble and are ready to take their game to the next level and just go off of that, But that's how I feel about it. I haven't given up on Ja. I am sick of the bullshit, though. He needs to. I don't know what his parents are doing over there, right? His dad looked like he's trying to be just as cool as his son. Like, bro, you got to play the parent role. That's what I'll tell you this. I've seen it firsthand. I've raised plenty of children in my life via way of being an uncle, via way of being a neighbor, just teaching kids valuable lessons, right? And I've realized that a lot of parents would much rather be friends with their children, hoping to gain their approval rather than being parents, right? Sometimes we got to be parents. You got to be hard sometimes. And that's what I see lacking over there with John Morant's camp. Just from the outside looking in, I could be wrong. Maybe he's hard-headed as hell and doesn't listen to his pops. I don't know. But just from what I see, that's what I'm thinking, right? He said, if it's an airsoft gun, it would have an orange tip on it. You're right, Darius. You're absolutely right, bro. I don't buy it though. I'm not even gonna rewind the video. I don't buy the bullshit. Uh, Moose said Ja is too old for these middle school excuses. Punish him like a kid if he wants to act like one, and suspend him until after All-Star break. I'm with it. That was my punishment, was about 30 to 40 games. I agree with you. That's what it should be. But like I said, if I'm commissioner and I'm being lied to after being lied to twice, so third time's the charm, you're gonna lie to me and tell me it was a toy gun, your ass is done for the season, right? That sends a real message to everybody else. Like, y'all want to act the fool, you play stupid, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And that's how I'm feeling about the situation. Maybe I'm too harsh. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the chat. Ja Warrant? No, they call him Ja Wick. They call him NBA Dumb Boy. I mean, they got so many nicknames for him. But I'm not with putting the person down when they're already down. I don't like kicking people down while they're down, right? John Moran is currently down. His brand is down, right? A lot of parents aren't going to, if they're good parents, they're not going to allow their kids to wear John Moran's gear and stuff because he's setting a bad example, right? And on top of that, he's going to lose millions of dollars. So he's already down. I don't want to kick him while he's down. I'm just giving you my honest opinion about this young brother. He needs to just, I don't know who needs to pull him to the side and be like, dude, everything you worked hard for to get here, right? Number 2 overall pick in the draft. Should have been number 1 based off his skill. Everything you work for is culminating into this one moment, and it's about to go to shit if you don't turn things around quickly, right? You might end up being the next Javaris Crittenton story, God forbid. But that's what we don't want, man. That's what we don't want. Do you think they'll suspend him for a season? If I'm the commissioner, I'm considering it, because not only did you lie to me twice, but now you're trying to tell me it's a toy gun. That's a third lie, right? It's like he's not going to change unless he accepts the fact that he was wrong, period. And if you're making excuses, anybody who makes excuses doesn't want to admit they're wrong. In order to change, you need it. For the first step to change is admitting and accepting, right? Dan, aren't toy guns illegal? I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure what the state laws are there in Memphis or whatnot. Bottom line is he already had a strike, right? He got a second strike via way of video cam, and now he's trying to earn that third strike. I don't like it. He is just toying with us. Dan, how do bars, clubs have better security than schools? That's a great question. I don't know, man. America is tripping, though. America right now is at a boiling point, right? Where sides are being divided from all kinds of standpoints, religious versus political versus, so much division. I had people attack me on this channel about my political views, right? Because I didn't vote for Donald Trump, or because I didn't vote for this or that. Listen, I never even said who I voted for, right? I don't like to talk politics, right? I let everybody do what they want to do. I've lost friends over politics because they wanted to be idiots and attack me for my political views. Well, at the end of the day, whether you're right or you're wrong is your own personal decision. And I hate to see the way America has kind of become divided over stupid shit. Like, it's every day is something new, stupid, right? Something new, stupid shit. Every day. Like, let me give you an example. Today, right? Some laws were passed in California that they want to add the LGBTQA, all the alphabetical order letters, into the curriculum, right, of our children, right? Now, I understand where parents will be frustrated because we're supposed to be at school learning about school stuff, right? And now they're trying to add these other things into the agenda. What you do with your personal life, I'm completely okay with. But now when you try to go into these people's lives and brainwash these children, right, that becomes an issue for me, right? And I'm not even a parent yet. So I can only imagine how these parents feel, right? And I read in the comments and I see so much hatred, right, towards both groups. I'm like, listen, why can't they just come to a common understanding? And it's like, it should be optional, right? If the parents are okay with it and they want the children to learn about this stuff, then they should sign a permission slip and say it's okay. And if the parents aren't okay with it, then they shouldn't kind of like sex ed. You got to sign a permission slip. So this is what I feel, right? This is me. There's always a solution to everything. It doesn't have to be black and white. It doesn't have to be always, so, what I'm saying, so dramatic on everything. It's just that's just the way America is today. With all the gun violence, all the protesting, and everything that goes on today, right? We can just come together to a common understanding and respect everybody's decisions. That's how I feel about that situation. And I'm glad you guys brought it up because I've been wanting to talk about this stuff, right, for a long time, but I keep forgetting, keep slipping my mind. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, again, laws are being passed that they want to teach your children stuff that you don't want your children to learn. It's your right, right? Whether you're from a religious group or whatever, it's your right outside of like I said, the school curriculum to know what your children are being taught and to either accept or decline it. Right? It's that simple. He said, watch Adam Silver suspend him so that he can conveniently say what? He can conveniently come back to the playoffs. That could happen too. But again, it's not good for anybody because they lose money. That's their meal ticket right there. John Morant puts butts on seats. Right? Matter of fact, you know what's crazy is my boy Mookie bought me tickets, me and my girl tickets to go see the Memphis versus Laker game towards the end of the season. It was a damn good one. But Ja wasn't there because of this, because of the first go around, the first incident. And I was bummed out because I had never seen him play live. I wanted to add him to the collection of players I've seen play live. I appreciate good NBA talent, right? So I can only imagine a young kid who's a big fan of his or somebody that actually roots for Memphis, how bummed out they must be. You know what I'm saying? You're letting people down, and it sucks, man. I heard it's going to be 40 games. Could be. Could be. Benzema's contract is $643 million for 3 years. That's crazy. They get paid the most in the world. They're the most popular athletes, man. At this point, the government has never cared and wants to remain in control of us and to manipulate just like politics. I agree, Nico. And it's up to the people not to listen. Together we stand, divided we fall. We got to stay together in everything, and we got to make sure that we fight for our right, but in a peaceful way. That's that. You know what I'm saying? He said, damn, did you see people fighting at the schools over pride? I seen that, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, why are people fighting each other? They should be fighting the legal system, right? That's the problem. And I feel like that's what the government wants. They want to keep us, focused on each other. So we're not looking at what the real problem is. They should be upset with the government, with the school system, the people that are trying to force things on your children. Those are the people you should be upset at, not at the people that are practicing these things. Like I said, it's very simple solution. Very fucking simple solution, right? You want your kids to learn that stuff? They're your children. Permission slip, sign it. You don't want your kids to learn this stuff that has nothing to do with education, has nothing to do with school, with values, with none of this. Then don't sign the permission slip. Problem solved. No fighting, no hatred, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. It's a really simple solution, and they're not smart. They're not intelligent down there because they're making decisions based off of stupidity at this point. Alan said, Dan, I'm so happy Messi's coming to Miami. Yeah, congrats, man. Congrats. Congrats, bro. If you're from the area, I'm sure you're really going to enjoy it for sure. All right. I'd probably be more excited if he was coming to the LA Galaxy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Pal's jersey retirement game, Dan. I was there. It was beautiful, man. I was there too, bro. It was wonderful. Made a new friend. And it's just great. This is a great environment, man. It brought tears to my eyes, honestly, to see the love that we Laker Nation have for our true legends, man, Pau Gasol, and how proud Kobe would have been, 40 games, that's another slap in the wrist. That's what you think. But in reality, 40 games is a lot of money going down the drain. He's not getting paid for these 40 games. Endorsement deals are starting to forget about him, going to the next hot thing, the next best athlete available. And there's missed opportunities. You know what I mean? It's missed opportunities. Dan, you should replace Shannon on Undisputed and go head-to-head with Skip Bayless. I think I'm too, you know what I'm saying? I love Shannon. Skip, I used to respect when he was on First Take years ago, but he kind of lost me with his biasness. I would love to be on any debate show. I'd be up for the challenge, but I feel like I'm a threat to a lot of these networks because I keep it too real, man. I don't bite my tongue for nobody. And what happens is when you do that, you become a threat. I guess I'm a part of the new media, and these are the people that the old media goes against because they don't want people like me, right? And matter of fact, ESPN, they're starting to, be more open about different subjects, and they're starting to speak their mind. You seen the other day, I seen a clip where JJ Redick called out Kendrick Perkins for moaning. This shit was hilarious. You would never see that on live TV before. But I feel like because of the new media, we are starting to expand our horizons and people are starting to adapt and adjust. I've seen, listen, a lot of segments I've done on this channel, and that's not me tooting my own horn. I'm dead serious. I've literally seen the next day, either Fox or ESPN First Take, some show producer jacked my idea and used it on their stars, right? So we're the threats, man. We're the we're the new media. We're rising up against the grain. It's no longer done the blue collar way. Now it's done the fan way. We're giving you guys a perspective of the fans. So that's how it is, man. They're never gonna hire me up there because they don't have a segment that's good enough to I guess contain me, right? Like I've been offered, believe it or not, I never said this. Well, I think I have, maybe I have. But I've been offered things that I just turned down because they would tell me that like I can't say certain things or I can't be me or I have to tone it down. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. You can't do that. So this is why I love this platform. This platform does not mute me. This platform lets me be myself, lets me connect with real people out there, right? And I don't have to talk a certain way, a corporate way. I can just be myself and just connect with the streets, man, and connect with the people that like to chop it up like we're in the barber shop and just keep it a buck 50. That's what I enjoy personally, right? Now, if they ever create a lane for me, and they want to hire me, they want to do a nighttime show or something like that, then I'm all for it, right? Because because not everybody is capable of listening to the truth. Some people like sugar coated stuff. Some people like I said, blue collar style, sports talk, which is fine. Whatever you like, it's up to you. But me personally, uh, yeah, they would never hire me on the daytime network. The way I speak, I would have to completely change up, man. And trust me, I've had offers before, right? So I don't want to do that. I want to keep it real with y'all always, man. Always and forever. That's why, even though they take my ideas, they don't credit me, yo. They don't give me the credit. These networks don't give me the credit. And that's cool. But I mean, you guys see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother? Welcome to Beyond Sports, bro. We're already about 30 minutes in. Usually I end it here, but the conversation is too hot right now. Appreciate you, Christian. My dog. Man, Christian is a real one, man. Shout out to Christian. DTLF Laker Nation and Alan Sleewa are real new media. I love them. Hey, I love everybody who talks about sports. They're phenomenal, right? I got no hate towards nobody. I'm just keeping it buck 50. Like, I'm not the one they're recruiting. They want a different, sophisticated speaking type. That's what they're recruiting, right? Now, trust me, man. If they ever hired me to go at Skip, I'm not biting my tongue. I'm calling him out. And we all saw what happened to Jenny Tapp and eventually to Shannon Sharp because they called him out, right? Their ego gets too inflated and it's pretty bad. They get fired or they end up leaving for another show, unfortunately. My boy Damien said, being from Compton. Oh, shout out to my boy. He's from Compton, just like me. He said, I had to learn to take accountability. I used to have hatred towards Mexicans, but I decided to break the cycle. Not all Mexicans are the same, just like not all blacks are the same. That's facts, bro. And the thing about hatred is that when you hate, right, you're not capable of loving because your hatred is too strong. Believe it or not, people that hate most of the time hate themselves, right? Not everybody, but most people, they hate their life, they hate themselves, so they hate others as well, right? And instead, people that spread love is because they love themselves, right? You got to love yourself to be able to spread love. You can't hate and think you're spreading love. That love is fake love, right? That's that love Drake talks about, fake love, all of that. So it's good, bro. It's good that you no longer hate us Mexicans because we really can't call out any race and put them in a box. That's being racist. You can't just say this race is this and this race is that. There's all kinds of people of all sorts in every race. And that's the beautiful thing, right? Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. Everybody, every race, every culture, we all have that uncle that loves drinking, right? We all have that family member that talks really loud. And then we all have that family member that always thinks they're right. We all have that family member that's very wise and knowledgeable and always helps people, and the kind-hearted, compassionate ones. And then you have the jealous ones as well. It's in listen, I've seen it in every race, every culture. We're all very similar. It's just sometimes people have to look from within, right? Lakers Nation, Alan Sleewa are the best for Lakers coverage. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro. It's an honor just to be mentioned amongst my Laker peers, man. They're awesome. I love them all. Dan, what podcast do you listen to? Um, I don't listen to too many podcasts. I like to keep my opinions fresh. If I'm being quite frank with you, bro, if I'm keeping it a buck 50, because I have to bring you guys the freshest takes possible, I try to keep my mind clear. That way, it doesn't get convoluted with nobody else's take. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, any one of my friends, anybody who comes on around the league, I always check out their stuff from time to time. Show support, man. Show love for sure. You know, Empire Jeff is great at breaking down the game of basketball. My boy Mees, the GM, awesome. Dontario podcast is awesome as well, man. I mean, I've listened to them, but just from time to time. That's what I do. Uh my boy Christian, around the league is just as good as any of the shows on the network TV. That means a lot, Christian. And that show was really for you guys. I wanted to share my platform. I wanted to bring on people who knew the game of basketball, and we just have a good time, right? You see that environment that I created on that show is the same environment I have here when my friends come over and we watch basketball, right? Shout out to my boy Lonnie, my friends Omar, my brothers, anybody. Whenever they come, we crack jokes, we have a good time, and we talk real shit. We talk real basketball. So that's basically all it is, man. I'm bringing that same, living room vibe to you, to your living room, guys, and that's what I think makes it so good. Uh, Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Don Terrio, my brother. You ready for Around the League? It's coming up this Thursday, fam. Wait, today is Wednesday, right? So I gotta make sure it's on the off day. Yep. Tomorrow, Around the League with your boy DT, man. He'll be in if he's available tomorrow for sure. And then I still gotta go get two more people. So I'm gonna see who's available. Uh would I consider Jordan Clarkson? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would consider Jordan Clarkson. Why the fuck? Heck yeah. Jordan Clarkson is a hooper, man. But will we be able to afford him, or is he looking for the payday, right? Depends. Figuring things out for yourself is the only freedom anyone really has. Big facts. Big facts. He said, I think Ham needs a veteran assistant coach. I agree. Yo, I definitely agree. Darvin Ham needs to learn, guys. He needs to grow, right? And we got to be patient as Laker fans. We can be very impatient, right? I'll be the first to admit it, myself included, right? I said I wasn't going to critique him very hard, and towards the end of the season, I did because I love my team, right? So it's only natural. But man, one of those things, man. One of those things I'm just like, you know what? If Darvin just gets out of his own head and stops being so damn stubborn, he might actually become a good coach. I've seen glimpses of good coaching there, right? He needs to make quicker adjustments and stuff like that. So we'll figure it out. Darius said I could be available for Around the League tomorrow. I'll see, bro, because I already got a waiting list. I got to go and look at it. And most of the time I bring in my guys, Mees, Empire Jeff, or Don Terrier, and we cycle, a name around. So I'll see. And I also got another request from somebody else. So that was already here before. So I'll see, brother. I'll let you know. But if you follow me on Twitter, send me the message. Remind me. It's kind of how I keep you guys in order, right? When I see the messages in order, sometimes I don't even click on them till like a week later, month later. So yeah, I got a lot of messages over there, but still send me one and you'll be on the waiting line for sure. Let's get it. That's right. We coming to you guys live tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it at 5 or 6 yet, but I gotta figure it out with the guys. Dan, Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless, who is more annoying? Man, you know what? You know what's crazy, bro? I don't watch them a lot. I'll watch them from time to time. Sometimes fans want me to react to certain clips they send me, and that's when I'll watch, right? As far as annoying, like define annoying. Like, what are we talking about annoying? Like, are we talking about like horrible takes? They've both have had them. Great takes, they have both had them as well. I think, you know what? I find the disrespect annoying that Skip has had on his show towards guys like Shannon. I don't like that. I find that very annoying. And so I'll probably give him the edge. But as far as they're both legends, if I'm being honest, man. First Take. You guys remember First Take with Skip and Stephen A? When I was younger, I used to love watching those guys, man. I used to love watching those guys in the morning, either before I go to school or after I come back and watch the reruns. I grew up watching those guys, so I can't really like I'm not gonna go with the wave and try to trash these guys. I know a lot of people do. I got respect for those guys. They've been doing it at the highest level, and they're the reason a lot of people get inspired and motivated to do their own podcasts and stuff like that. So, no hate or disrespect. I do agree that some of their takes are very outlandish and out of left field because they want a hot take. Sometimes it feels like they're trying to get clickbait in there, but it's all part. I guess it's a part of the new media. This is what people want to do. They want to get eyeballs on the screen. As I said it before, DTLF, one of the smartest podcasters out there. Man, that means a lot. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I take pride in really doing my research and learning about things before I talk about them. Right? It wouldn't be wise to just grab a subject and just talk about it without knowing everything that goes into it. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. I pride myself in doing it. Like I said, putting in the work and then showing out. He said the herd is trash. You know what? Colin Cowherd used to be when I used to work changing oil. Right, this was probably like 7 years ago, 80 years ago. I used to change oil for cars. So I had a mobile van, and I used to drive to like Hertz, Budget, and do oil changes for different cars back in the day. I used to listen to Colin's show in the morning. I think he had one on ESPN, and it was actually pretty entertaining. But I haven't seen none of the new stuff, so I wouldn't know if he's gone off the hinges or off the wheels a little bit. I wouldn't know. Can't comment on that. But back then it was entertaining. Now there's not a lot of radio talk shows that are very entertaining. Sometimes I'll be trying to listen in and hear some sports chatter, and all I hear is them talking about certain things that I just cannot relate to. Right? Cannot relate. And talking about relating, I believe this is why this Spider-Man movie was my favorite, because the characters are so relatable, even more than the other Spider-Mans, right? Like Miles Morales to me is way more relatable to me personally than like a Tobey what was his name? Tobey Maguire, was that his name? Or like any of the other Spider-Mans. Much more relatable. So I love this movie so much. Skip has been a professional troll for longer. Cold Pizza, I remember that show too. All right, here goes. Kale says, could you see a 3-team trade with the LA Lakers, Dallas, and Houston? LeBron to Dallas. Dallas is a first-round picks to Houston, and Houston sends the Lakers Jalen Green. I don't think they're going to trade Jalen Green, to be honest with you. Thanks so much for Super Chat, bro. I appreciate that. I don't see why Houston would trade Jalen Green unless James Harden went back. But even then, I would not trade Jalen Green, right? Not for a couple first-round picks. I'll say this, okay? I don't see LeBron James getting traded ever in his career, right? We've seen this happen before with Kobe, where he requested a trade and he did not get traded. He's too big of a name, too big of a star. The controversy would be insane. The Lakers would be known as that team that was desperate enough to trade LeBron. The only way I can see LeBron getting traded is if he'd request a trade. If he has a falling out with the front office and says he wants to get traded, then all of a sudden that wouldn't be on us, right? But I don't see that happening. I think LeBron will retire a Laker, whether that's this year or 2 years from now. I don't know, right? That's up to LeBron. But he will retire Laker. If anything, there's a higher chance, in my opinion, of Anthony Davis being traded before LeBron does. Just keeping it $150, right? That's just how I feel. Now I know what you're thinking, NBA 2K GMs. Well, that's not smart. LeBron is older, AD's younger, blah, blah, blah. It's more so the principle. Remember, LeBron was the first one to come here and reestablish us to where we belong, on top, right? And then he's been our leader all these years. Even through his age, he's been our leader. AD has never taken the keys. So like I said, I think it's a much higher chance of that happening. As far as your trade proposal, what are the Lakers? What are we getting out of that? We're getting Jalen Green. I'd love to have a young player like that, but yeah, I just don't think it'll happen, bro. To be honest, two teams that probably won't do it are Dallas and Houston. Dallas don't even have too many draft picks, anyways, right? Remember, they traded most of them, and you can only trade one every other year under the new CBA. So traded most of them in the Kyrie trade, et cetera, et cetera. But if, like I said, the one trade that I think would be realistic, a lot of people aren't talking about it, would be if LeBron did request a trade, which I doubt. I think he will go to Golden State. They got the pieces, right? And they got young assets, and they're an instant contender. as soon as they get LeBron. So they would probably give us Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, that Moody kid, all the youth they have. And then they would give us like a first round pick on top of that, and we'd give them LeBron. They'd have Curry, Clay, Draymond, and LeBron instant title contenders. Plus, they get a bunch of people taking pay cuts just to join them. Trust on that. So yeah, I can see that being more realistic because what is Dallas going to look like with Kyrie and Luka? That's 3 ball handlers. It just doesn't work. That's why that rumor never made sense to me. You have 3 on-ball handlers. Kyrie and Luka, I guess, hypothetically can play off ball, but they thrive a lot more when they're together, when they're both ball handling, right? One at a time. Now you got 3 primary ball handlers. Somebody's going to, I just don't see it working. And no defense at all. Luka's not a great defender. LeBron at his age has to pick his moments, and then Kyrie's just a subpar defender. It's not going to happen, bro. But it's an interesting question for sure. Something to think about. So we'll see what happens. Disciple said, nice topic, DTLF. Speaking of accountability, why do you think so many people don't like taking accountability, owning up to your screw-ups? He said, how you grow. It's how you grow, and it's how it makes you a man. You learn from it. Again, man, you know what, Disciple, I'll tell you what, bro. I feel like a lot of people, not even people, I don't even want to put this fully on the youth because there's some adults that do it too, right? It's just they're afraid of the consequences, right? Fear turns people into cowards, right? I said this story a while back about when I used to work for Budget, right? I worked for Budget. Well, I had a lot of jobs. Trust me, I put in the work to get to where I am. When I used to work for Budget, this lady, the manager, she had a brand new truck. She parks it behind my 16-foot, U-Haul truck I was cleaning. And of course, it was my fault because I didn't look at my blind spots or nothing. But she shouldn't have parked it there. Still, I back it up, and I hear something getting crushed. I don't know why. I was really young. I kept pressing the gas. So I destroyed her truck, bro. Brand new. It was like a Ford Escape, like a 2000 and maybe 2012, 2014, something like that. Destroyed it, right? That was the scariest moment in my life, bro, because I'm outside. I'm like, oh my God. I had to walk inside, wait for her to finish with the customer she was with in the office, and then tell her I destroyed her vehicle. You know what I mean? I took accountability, right? But that was the scariest moment in my life. And I feel like fear turns people into cowards. I could have just left. There was no cameras in that section. She would have never known what hit her. I could have just took off. I was already working overtime that day. I was tired. That's part of the reason why it happened. But I took accountability, took responsibility. I didn't come out of pocket. I had to quit my job, unfortunately, because of that. She was like, you either give me your insurance. I'm like, why? I'm on the clock. I should be covered by the company. She's like, give me your insurance or you have to resign. Oh, easy choice, fam. Easy fucking choice. This is not the great job anyways. Resign. She said something racist to me. It was around Cinco de Mayo. And she was like, Cinco de Mayo is an irrelevant holiday. I didn't give a shit. I walked out. Her truck is damaged. All of a sudden, I didn't feel bad about damaging her truck when she said that racist shit to me. So, but I took accountability, and it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I was young as hell. I'm shaking. I almost pissed my pants. Her reaction was just as bad as you might have imagined. Oh, my God. She chewed me out. But that's it. Nothing bad happened. I'm still alive. I'm here. I'm in one piece. I learned from it. Never run away. Even if you make your mistakes, you have to face these mistakes and look them dead in the fucking face. You do that. You go fuck these mistakes in the eye, man. And you don't let them ever turn you into a coward, because that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to face things head on. And believe it or not, it's like a shadow, right? The further away you are from it, the bigger it looks. Sometimes when you attack the problem head on and you face adversity and you accept accountability and responsibility, it's a lot less, as bad as you thought it was going to be. So that's like accountability, man. Like my man said, it's what turns you into a grown man. Right. And that was such a growing moment for me. I was actually proud of myself for letting her know. Right. So it's just crazy. It's crazy how life happens, man. When you least expect it, you're going to encounter a problem. It's a part of all of our lives. You can have the best life ever. There's going to be problems eventually. Right. And it's how you react to these problems and how you grow from these problems that makes you who you really are, right? So, um, Dan, which superstar needs to take more accountability? Well, I wouldn't call him a superstar, but Russell Westbrook, his play style has never really led anything to anyone to anything, right? And he still thinks he's the shit. Like he thinks he's the one, right? He's like he talks in third person all the time. Russ got to play how Russ wants to play. It's like, bro, gotta be selfless. You're playing a team sport. This isn't fucking boxing, right? So Russell Westbrook to me would have to be one of those players that has to take accountability at some point. Another one, same team, right? Kawhi Leonard, right? Always hurt, always blaming everybody else but himself. And you got to take accountability. He's never available, right? Never available. And so, and the last one, same thing, Paul George. This dude likes to blame everybody in the podcast. He likes to say he grew up a Clipper fan, blah, 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 blah. No, he didn't, right? He's been caught lying before. That whole franchise got to take accountability and understand that they're never going to be loved by real LA fans. So why not go to a better city that'll appreciate you, like Seattle? If the Clippers actually moved to Seattle, I would maybe even become a fan. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, that city deserves to win, and they deserve to have a winning team. Although that wouldn't probably be the winning team, but they deserve to at least have some competition there. And they'd be somewhat of an underdog team for people to root for. But instead, David Ballmer or Steve, what is Steve Ballmer? Whatever his name is. He wants to, he wants to be here, and he wants to attack the challenge of trying to be relevant in this city that doesn't give a shit about them. They want to stay here, so I guess they're going to be second fiddle always in the city that doesn't give a shit about them. Frank Vogel, sorry, apologize. Phoenix Suns. Frank Vogel, nah. Frank Vogel, listen, Frank Vogel is a good defensive coach. That's it, right? That is it. He showed that when Jason Kidd left. He showed that when his coaching staff dispersed. He showed he wasn't capable of leading a team. Rotations were poor. Offensive half court was non-existent. And the only thing he was good at was defense, right? So, yeah, there's no apology needed for Frank Vogel. If the Lakers don't get a third star next year, we would not be Western Conference. We'll see, Miguel. There's a lot of things that factor into this, not just about stars. If we get the right depth, but we keep the core guys, I think we can go further than the Western Conference, for sure. Disciple George says she was out of pocket for making it racial, DTLF. Glad you left that job. Who wants to work with a racist? Yeah, you know what? It was in Riverside, too. There's a lot of racists there, man, because I've worked a couple of jobs where I've been called names there. So it's crazy, right? But, I feel like everything happens for a reason, right? First of all, it was partially my fault because you're taught in that job to always check behind, right? Clearly, there's a blind spot when you drive these big-ass trucks. So I'm cleaning it. I'm tired as hell. I'm already working overtime. I didn't check the back, okay? I just looked through the rear view, but I was fine when I parked it. There was nobody there. She parked right in my blind spot, bro. Who parked? You having all these parking spots because she's the manager? She parked right in my blind spot. And it happened. And then her true colors came out. So it's like, okay, all of a sudden I don't feel bad for it. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling horrible about it, right? I was feeling really horrible about it, but she should have insurance. And if not, the company should cover it. Well, I don't think she had insurance or the company didn't cover it. Whatever the case was be, she was trying to pin it on like my insurance. Like, I'm going to need your insurance information. Like, no, you're not. You're not getting my insurance information because I was on the job, right? If an accident happens on the job, you guys see, that's another thing. I was always very intelligent. Even as a youngster, even though I hadn't experienced that, I knew that if an accident happens on a job, you got to be covered by the company, especially if it's a big company like Budget Rent-A-Car, right? So I take accountability, but I'm not responsible for paying for that because it was on that parking lot, on the job, and she was not parked in a parking spot. So those are all things that would have gone against her anyways, right? But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. Everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer of that. Good or bad, if it's bad, it's going to be a test of your strength, and it's going to battle test you for the next thing. And if it's good, well, it's because you deserve it, fam. But I appreciate you guys for tapping in for today's episode. We went a little bit longer than I usually like to go with these. I like to keep them to 30 minutes. But it was a couple interesting topics. I didn't even get to my last topic. which was Damian Lillard. CJ McCollum recently said that he expects Damian to have played his last game in Portland. So I was going to talk about, potential trades for Damian, but I guess we'll leave those for tomorrow. All right. So stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. There will be an episode tomorrow of Beyond Sports. There will also be an Around the League live stream. So definitely make sure you guys tune in for that, man. Should be fun. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. If anything breaks, you know where to find me. I may do pre or post game for the Miami Heat game, but we'll see, okay? Because I got my family over. Talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.